Reporting on the games you love by people who love to game. The MMO Reporter Network. You're listening to LOTRO Reporter on the MMO Reporter Network. Brought to you by Audible. Go to audiblepodcast.com/MMO Reporter to get your first month free. And by Doghouse Systems. Go to doghousesystems.com and use the coupon code MMO Reporter to get a free 120 gig SSD with your purchase. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of LOTRO Reporter. This is episode 306, and I think, Carrie, I just kind of automatically did the intro, and now you've been doing the intro for the last little while. So I'm sorry about that. I just kind of stepped all over you.
That's okay. As I was saying earlier, it's been so long, I think I forgot how to podcast.
It has been a while. It's been quite a long time. Basically, it's been an incredibly happy, sad, frustrating month. All of those things across the network. Things have not gone according to plan. Thank you very much. And we've just been dealing with all of that sort of stuff. So we apologize for that. We do plan on getting back to our regular bi-weekly schedule here for a little while and getting back into Skirmish of Skirmishes as well. So thank you all of you who have downloaded the podcast once again, coming back to us as we come back to you. This is something I know for me that as long as I'm not going crazy with life stuff, this is incredibly cathartic for me. I love podcasting. I love talking to all of our listeners, and I love talking to you, Carrie. So I'm happy to be back.
Yes, I'm happy to be back too. I missed everybody so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's get right into things because we do actually have quite a bit of news. We're going to skim over some stuff that's maybe old news and talk about some stuff that's not so old news. And we're going to start by talking about what we've done in game. So, about that, I haven't been back in game yet. This is really the first week where I've gone back to a semi-regular computer schedule where I actually do get to go on the computer sometimes. And there's been some other things that I've had to do, so I haven't gotten to do what I wanted to do, which is jump into LOTRO.
Yeah, well, what you had to do, I heard, was try out perhaps a new game that just came out.
Yeah, I have played other games. We played Overwatch on Monday when it came out, and we did not do well.
Okay.
You should listen to MMO Reporter. We'll be talking about that on that show. And our goal, as always, Carrie, is to make you laugh in an uncomfortable manner on public transit so that everybody stares at you weirdly.
All right. I am glad I am one of the goals of the podcast. That's awesome.
You are. It is constantly on my mind as I say things stupidly on the podcast. And I say a lot of things stupidly. And I say a lot of stupid things. But I say stupid things smartly and smart things stupidly, so I'm good.
Yeah, you are good, and I could have not said that any better myself.
What about you? What have you been doing in game? Because you've been actually playing.
I did. I got into the anniversary festival. I did enough to get the, what was it? There were a couple of pretty neat things. The war steed, or the anniversary festival steed was a goat with the biggest honking horns ever. It's amazing.
Yeah, but Carrie, I have been told throughout my life that size does not matter.
Yeah, they're pretty epic horns, man.
Oh.
Yeah. I did actually get a prize in one of the envelopes. I got the War Steed appearance, like the 9-year War Steed appearance in the envelope. So nice. I'm very happy with that. And then somebody rode by me, and I'm like, was that a reindeer? You can buy antlers for your war steed.
No way.
Yeah, I'm like, is that a reindeer? And somebody's like, nope, that's a war steed. I might have to do that.
We need to take those to Rivendell, and then we can make a new song for the MMO Reporter Network, Frodo got run over by a reindeer.
Oh yeah. Well, you have the Hobbit Warden, don't you?
There you go.
Yeah, we can get you run over.
Ooh, actually, I could. I have a elven warden as well. That's my main, but I do have a hobbit warden as well that we could run
Ah,
over. I could
I
call
can
him
do this.
like Frodo, and then it would look like Frodo on a video, and we could take a video of Frodo getting run over by a reindeer to the song.
That sounds awesome. That
Yes,
sounds absolutely awesome, and we should totally do that.
epic. Yeah. That's pretty darn cool. I want now. I just have to do whatever I have to do. Are they just gold or are they
The
a different
turbine
currency?
points.
Okay. Oh, I
They're
have.
in the
You know what?
store.
I get a stipend every month.
I think I want to say they're about a month's stipend. So we will
You know
have to.
what? Some things are worth it.
Yeah, and I think those horns, those antlers might be worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. Then you know what? Then everybody in the game can be horny. So, moving on to talk about our patrons, our wonderful, wonderful patrons who are my ever so favorite people in the world. I know I sent out a message to all of them, sort of outlining what's been happening with the network and shared, and the amount of understanding messages. And I know I feel a lot of responsibility to our patrons because they actually put down real money to keep the network going, and I feel like we have to provide something for that and to make sure that they get their money's worth. And I feel a great deal of responsibility for that. So when we were, due to life, unable to keep up to what I think is an appropriate amount of content, I sent them a message, and without fail, every message that I got back was, love you, love the show. Thanks so much for doing what you do. We totally understand. Can't wait to when you get back to regular content.
That's awesome.
Without fail.
That's
So
absolutely awesome.
love our patrons. You can become a patron, patreon.com/MMO Reporter. You get access to our Slack chat with part of that as well. And you get access to all sorts of different rewards as well. So go check that out at patreon.com/MMO Reporter. All right, Carrie, we do have some update news that is available. Update 18 is available. What the heck? I know we've talked about it before, but like us, maybe some listeners have been away. Maybe this is the first show where people have come back. Can you give us the Cole's Note version of what is included in Update 18?
Oh, you got 5 more levels. Your up to level cap is
Ooh.
up to 105.
Mm-hmm.
There are 3 new instances. There are 70 plus quests and deeds for
Ooh.
levels 100 to 105, and there are new weekly instances,
Nice.
which we'll talk about.
Story-wise, what are we doing with this content update? Do you remember?
Yeah, we're
More
somewhere.
Gondor stuff, right?
Yeah, it is. We're quickly moving to far Anorian is where we're at. So we are quickly moving to the mountain and the Black Gate and doing all of that stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty exciting. I think I'm excited about that sort of stuff, but I get easily excited. This is called the Battle of Pelennor Fields.
Yes, we do have the Battle of Pelennor Fields. Yes.
In a world where battles take place on fields, this is Update 18, the Battle of Pelennor Fields.
How's that?
That's your best, blowing up car guy.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's a while, yeah.
Thank you. It had to start within a world, though. I mean, they always have to start within a world, right?
They do.
In a world where podcasts are regularly scheduled.
Sorry.
You're
there you
terrible at it.
go. Yeah. Yeah, I was just, you got me thinking with blowing up cars. That's been our schedule's been blown up. Anyways,
Exactly.
so yeah.
And
No, sorry, go ahead.
It's been so long since we've recorded that they actually now have a 8.1 patch out already. Yeah. And the most exciting thing I got out of these patch notes is I didn't know they had new dye. That's
Ooh.
probably been in the game for 6 months or more, so I'm going to have to go change some colors.
Very cool. You are the fashionista. You do
I,
like yourself some dyes and some different colors for your outfits.
oh, and they reduce Slayer deed numbers. Hella freaking
Oh my!
yeah. No, I was wondering why in the world I got turbine points and a deed and a new title when I logged in tonight on my character in Brandywine, and that would be because they lowered the Slayer deed numbers.
Yay!
That makes me very happy.
I have to agree with you there. I'm all for that. That's pretty cool. Anything else come out of the? I looked at the hot fix and the patch notes and stuff like that, and there didn't seem to be anything that was amazingly exciting other than those couple of things that you sort of mentioned there.
I do think this is pretty exciting. They have decided to, people have been saying there's no reason for us to go back and do the old instances.
Mm-hmm.
They have now made the weekly instances, they are making them like each one's a special one during the week. So you get new stuff like new gear and things
That's
like
cool.
that, and it's like extra rewards for going in and doing this particular instance during that week.
That's
Which
awesome.
I think other MMOs kind of do that. Didn't Destiny kind of do that, where you had like this was the one that got you the extra stuff this week, kind of thing? Destiny didn't have Battleground. No, that's something else.
No, they do some stuff where they have events, but it wasn't like a weekly thing.
Oh, because somebody was explaining that when the new DLC for Destiny came out, the old system that they were using to earn their gold and stuff, kind of like this to get extra because this was
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, they had something similar like that. Yes.
okay,
Okay, I
yeah.
understand what you mean now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me and my lovely words.
And if you are interested in getting into the Palantir preview program, Carrie, they are making another call for applicants for people who are interested in being a part of that. Now, I wonder if at this point in the lifespan of Lotro, um, they're going to get a lot of players that are going in there. The reason I say that is because the players who are now in Lotro are not necessarily, I mean, there's some. I'm generalizing. I understand that. I do not need angry emails. If you want to send angry emails, send them to bill@mmoreporter.com, and I'm sure they'll be processed. But I, I see Lotro and the community that I interact with, at least, is a community just like that. They are living in this world. And I wonder if doing Palantir would burst that bubble a little bit. And I wonder if it's harder for Turbine to find testers, especially early testers, because of that. What do you think?
I could imagine that would be the case. I would be very interested because I personally don't log into Bullroarer unless they give me a compelling
Yeah.
reason, like free stuff.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to surprise. I don't want to ruin the surprise.
I used to, but I don't anymore because Lotro's a different experience for me now.
Yeah.
Right? It's much more about seeing the people that I want to see in game and stuff like that, and going through the content as well. But I'm no longer super excited to see it first. I don't need that anymore. I want to experience it with everybody else now.
Correct.
So, although I do like previews, I still like previews when we get a chance to look at content early with the developers, but that's different than jumping into Palantir or Bullroarer, in my opinion.
Yeah, because they tell you stuff and then you get
Right.
to run around and get left alone
Right.
behind because you think it's a wagon. Anyway, moving on.
I wasn't going to go there, but you did.
Yeah.
It's
There's
a troll.
a real.
It's a troll, Carrie. It's a
I
troll.
know.
Just so you know.
It's a troll. I'm now always assume the wagons are trolls, and just I can't. If you see my character just hitting random wagons, that's why they're going to suddenly turn into trolls. I'm convinced.
Yeah. So hey, I love the picture that you found, and I want to highlight this. This is a really cool picture that was made for the Players Council. And this is Dr. Octothorpe, one of the developers. Who is that? Do we know who that is? I don't know
I'm not sure who
the
that
forum
is.
names anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is a really cool. Zencaster's giving me the beep again. Darn it. Moving back here, I've stopped it, but we'll record on Reaper. Going to this picture, it's really cool because what I gravitated to was when he outlined when they talk to people, right? Pre-planning to early development, love to talk to people, and then from early development to late development, still talking, getting details, and then at late development to polish, they're too busy to talk, but they're listening, and then after that, they're just too busy getting everything out the door, right?
Yep.
So I think that was the most interesting. I looked at all of this, but that was the part that I gravitated to. What about you?
Oh, I found it. Yeah, I found it very interesting that it's like it might be quiet, but we're this is a great time to talk to us right about stuff right after we've sent stuff out because we're starting the cycle over again. Yeah, not
Yeah.
like hey, I really think that that tree should be the other door. Not a good time. Not in late development. Let's not move the town 3 feet over.
Yeah. So I thought that was really, really interesting. We'll have a link in the show notes if people want to take a look at that thread, and maybe become involve themselves in that conversation. Yeah, that's really cool. So you can go and check that out. We'll have a link in the show notes.
All right. For the 9th anniversary, LOTRO had a 6-hour stream. You would think that would have been 9 hours, but it was 6 hours stream on Twitch. So there's a link in the show notes to the stream. I did not get a chance to watch it all, but I did find a couple of different sources. Thank you, LOTRO Players and Massively OP. So some of the notable things, they said no more big battles.
I always am so shocked when they have this big update that they're going to do and they, have this new feature, this new gameplay mechanic that it's going to be so awesome and it's going to be part of everything, and then they only do it once and then lose it. Like they've kept mounted combat, but it's never been as prevalent in the game mechanics as it was in Riders of Rohan, and big battles. They haven't done that since Helm's Deep, and not the same way, right? Not the same push.
Right. Yeah.
And it seems like a lot of development muscle for stuff that they're not going to continue using. And I guess neither of those is really connected with players, though, have they? Like the mounted combat was, I hate to say it, but a huge flop as far as being the gameplay mechanic I think that they hoped it would be.
Yeah.
And Big Battles was kind of the same.
Right, and I think it's like, people didn't like that. Because I would think that Minas Tirith would have been epically awesome for a big battle. I mean, really.
Yeah.
It would have been amazing for a big battle kind of thing. And Pelennor Fields, if you could combine big battles and mounted combat.
Yeah.
Awesome!
Yeah. But really, the big battles were never really big, huge battles. They were... Yeah. They were skirmishes with different mechanics, with sprites off in the distance that made it look like there were way more people on the field than there really were.
Yep, exactly.
Right, and so that didn't quite hit the same way.
No, it was pretty cool if you could get your trebuchet to hit the little sprites off in the distance. They did go poof and explode.
They did. That's true.
Kind of satisfying if you could actually get it right.
Yeah.
Of course, they were not willing to talk licensing. They've got a whole nother year.
Which I don't blame them at all. If they are in negotiations, they should not be talking about it. If they're worried about the lawsuits, they're not allowed to talk about it. So they just they're really, it's catch-22, right? They're screwed if they talk about it, but they're screwed if they don't talk about it because the community says, "Oh, something's wrong. They don't want to tell us."
Right.
Hashtag conspiracy.
Well, yeah, and I remember saying, give us the data, or Chris, you've got to keep your alcohol upright.
It's water. It's water. I just hit the mic. Yeah.
And it's like, give us the data, and then it's like, well, you're going to just play with you're just going to skew the data to be exactly what you want it to say.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We are getting a raid in 18.2, and there will be many bosses for the players to fight. I don't
Yep.
know what that means exactly, but it sounds fun.
Yeah.
Except that I don't raid, so I hope there's a chance for me to get to see it.
You know
as
what?
a solo player.
I bet you if we plan something, we can get enough of our listeners to carry us through a raid. Because you know as well as I do, I'm gonna need to be carried. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna survive. You're gonna be awesome. But I'm gonna be like derp derp wall. Look at that. And I'll just the reason is I put my my Genghis mask on and I just run into walls. So
You do, yes.
yeah,
I have seen this. It's a sad, sad thing, guys.
it is. It's horrible. Yeah.
All
What else do
right.
they talk about?
They're working on loot tables, which I guess is loot tables. To some people, is very important to have the Uber loot, so that's good to know. The EU's data center has been officially canceled, so they are leaving the data center where it is, and I think it's here in the States. I don't think, if I remember correctly, they moved everything here to the States, and then they were going to move EU to the Netherlands. I think they were using Harry's basement.
Right.
Yeah,
They were
and
gonna put Bob cubed in the basement, right?
well, I'm pretty sure. You know, Harry's cat. And the exploding television. They probably shouldn't put Bob Cubed and that cat anywhere near each other.
Yes, it's actually in Dutch. It's Bob Bluxius.
Okay.
So, yeah, they had him in Harry's basement, but unfortunately he didn't take to the food, so they had to send him back.
Yeah. So it's been canceled.
Yeah.
And Bingo Boffin was meant to be a side project, so they're not going to do that with any of the other races. I'm enjoying the Bingo Boffin stuff. It's kind of pretty hilarious myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Though I'm like, really, fetch quests? How many more fetch quests do I have
20.
to do? Yeah, no, yeah, pretty much. I don't know where I left him somewhere freezing to death up in the Misties. I don't know what he's doing now.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
can't leave your alts anywhere.
No,
They'll
no,
just
no.
freeze to death.
Poor Bingo's stuck in the Misties somewhere, freezing to death.
Yeah.
Massively got out of this stream that Mordor is definitely our next stop.
Well, I think they upright.
Well, they stopped short of officially confirming
yeah.
Mini Smorgasbord was being created, but yeah, hint, hint, wink, wink. So I'm sure there was body language that.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're not working on Minis Morgul, but there might be an Innis Orgul that we're working on. Wink, wink. Yeah.
They are trying to brighten up Mimi's Tirith, and we have a letter about that later in the show. So he's going to be happy to hear that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're not going to get the Hobbit Reporter class like you wanted. Sorry.
Yeah. Why don't they just do what I tell them? It's
I don't know.
Totally the best idea. Come on.
I know that. Yeah, that and the what else would we do? Races. What other races? I don't know. Don't they have like orcs? Just play an orc. Ents. Yes, we need to play Ents.
Playable Ent race.
Exactly.
Until no, they still need to get Ent play with the hobbits on the shoulders.
Okay,
rocks.
that's true.
That's what I want. Okay, let's move things along here.
Okay.
And
there was a ton of Dev Diaries that came out in 1 week. There were like 4 of them in 1 week. I was shocked.
Yeah. First one being the battles, the making of the battle, which was my favorite, I have to say. I really like this one, mostly because of the pretty graphics and the stuff.
It was really pretty.
Yeah.
It was a nice, exciting, very, very pretty. Yeah, I like the purples and the greens and the do this and the circle.
But I like how close the first sort of design doc ended up to what the end game looks like. So yeah, I likes it a lot. So that was good, describing the process for the battlefields and stuff like that. So that That was kind of cool. The combat changes, I thought that was informative, yet perhaps not the most exciting Dev Diary I've ever written.
Right. Yep. Yep.
This was a perfect like Leonor Dev Diary,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
full of details.
And as somebody who wears medium armor, it's kind of nice to know that I'm not gonna get hit as hard, but that's what I got out of it.
And last but not least, featured instances. Now, this is something you were talking about before, right? The
Right.
featured
Yep.
instance. So tell us a little bit more about it.
So they have added a new thing on the instance panel, a new menu, and it's called the featured instances. So so you get new rewards for playing the classic and classic thing. So each week a scaling instance or raid from LOTRO's older content, and then you get looks like you're getting essence gear for this. And I did read in the hot fix that if you got gear that you didn't want or couldn't use, like you got the Bjorning chest and you need the minis gloves or something, you can exchange them. So it's not like so they're not using that drop system that I really like, where everybody gets a chance to get something they can use, but at least there's a way to exchange it out.
Yeah, which is a good thing.
Yeah, it's a chance to
Choice
play
is better.
Yep, it is.
I like it. It's a good way to use the instance find system and encourage some of the older stuff.
Yeah. I think I've run Bells of Dale once, maybe.
Cool.
And
success on it being worthwhile.
this was when it first came out.
Okay.
So this is stuff that Inn of the Forsaken, you really need 3 people to do that with. You can't do it by yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
So there was one thing of note. If you were planning on buying your quest packs and turbine points and stuff via Steam, and all that stuff, they have taken that offline for some reason, and till June 1st, but you can redeem them in the LOTRO store. So there is a way to get your value out of it. I don't know exactly what's going on, but
they added a post for clarity. This is being done so that we can import our key redemption process into the in-game store.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Because I think I do remember seeing a tweet and people were freaking out because they thought that something was happening that was.
Oh my God, the sky is falling.
Oh my God, they're going to shut the servers down and not tell us, and I just spent $50 and yeah.
Oh my God, I don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah.
That one. Yep.
Yeah. And we talked about this a few shows ago again, but just reminding everyone here about the spring and summer update schedule in case you're curious about that. I know we've discussed it before, but of course, as we get closer and closer, things get more and more.
The spring festival is coming in June. I think that's still official.
Yay!
Spring, right?
Yay! Yep.
That's not the fishing one, is it? I hate the fishing one.
Yes, it is the fishing one.
Okay, I'm going to be running around using the Hunter's Guide to getting the Inn of the Forsaken, the in league quests done because I can't stand the fishing quest.
Yep.
Oh, one really cool thing that showed up at this particular the anniversary event that I'm hoping will show up at all of the events is there was a token barter vendor there that if you had extras of, say, the Winterfest ones and you needed the anniversary ones, you could swap them out.
Cool.
Yeah, which is a quality of life thing that they thought would be
really
kind of cool. So just keep an eye out if you missed it in the anniversary festival. You want to check it out in the spring festival. The rates might be good enough that you would want to do that.
Awesome. And you can also now trade in your other festival tokens for anniversary tokens, right? Mm-hmm. That's what you're talking about?
Yeah, but you could swap them around. So if you wanted to get, it had the whole gambit.
Right. Okay. Got it. Now I understand. Did we talk about the last skirmish of skirmishes?
We did not.
Oh, it was a...
In this corner, we have the Siege of Gundaman versus
thievery and mischief. Okay, I'm done. We had a pretty clear-cut winner, I think, on this one. Siege of Gondomar, right? That's Bill joined
Yes.
us on that one, and it
Bill
was
did join us. Yep,
yeah, it was unanimous, wasn't it?
it was.
Siege of Gondomar was the winner, so that moves on to the next round of our skirmish of skirmishes. All right, let's talk about our sponsors real quick. If you're looking for a new PC, check out doghousesystems.com. Use the coupon code MMOReporter to get a free 120 gig SSD in addition to the 1 terabyte drive that comes with the system. We love Doghouse Systems. Go check them out. And of course, audibletrial.com/MMOReporter to get a free month. You sign up with them, you get a monthly subscription. And with that subscription, you get one free audiobook per month. And you can download it. Here's the thing. You go to audibletrial.com/MMOReporter. You sign up and you join, and then you can redeem your credit right away and then cancel, and you've got a free audiobook. There you go. That's all you need. Free audiobook. Woohoo! So go check them out at audibletrial.com/MMOReporter. Cari, I have some great news. Are you ready for it?
I am. Yes.
Weatherstock is coming. Yay! Yay, Weatherstock. It is going to be on July 23rd, and you can check out some information at weatherstock.guildlaunch.com, and the call for bands is open.
It is. They're doing things a little differently, so be sure to check it out to read all the rules.
Mm-hmm.
They're like the pre-concert series has something to do with who gets into Weatherstock. I guess there's so many wanting to get in, so be sure you read the rules and follow the instructions.
Cool. Love Weatherstock. That's always a favorite event of mine. We have a few letters. Do you have a particular one you want to read? Do you want me to read them all? Anything you'd like, Cari, your choice.
I want to read the first one.
Okay, go ahead.
This is from George. He sent it way back, and I lost it, and then we found it. Congrats on 300. Love the show. My favorite memory was one night Cari was streaming the Winkley Bingo Boffin, and we crossed paths. I didn't want to seem stalkery, so I kept quiet, but she actually commented on my pirate outfit. I remember the pirate outfit. Love all that you do, especially all the info on upcoming events.
Thanks, George.
Mm-hmm.
I think I speak, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think I speak for both of us when we love when people say hello when we're in game. You are not stalkerish at all. No. Say hello. Don't be shy. Cari only bites occasionally.
Right, and only if you stand right in front of the camera for 10 whole minutes.
Right.
But other than that, you're fine.
Good. Okay. Do you want me to read the next one, or do you want to?
Sure,
okay.
Go ahead.
Hey, Chris, Cari, and other LOTRO reporters. This is from Glenn. Love the show. I was thinking you guys should probably stop referring to Minas Tirith as the White City. The LOTRO version is more like the dull gray city, or at best, the off-white city. Its color is very unlike its description in the books or other artistic depictions I've seen of the city. I'm hoping Turbine brightens up the stone textures of Minas Tirith, or at least has plans to do so after the Dawnless Day is over. Yeah.
Glenn, see the notes in above.
It's sounds all like, you, Glenn. All you.
Yep, you did it, man. You got them to lighten it up.
Yahoo! Good job.
All right.
And I want to read this one if that's okay, Cari. This is a letter from Joe. Dear Chris and Cari, well, now you've gone and done it. I was listening to episode 305 yesterday, and your plea for reader submissions must have weighed heavily on my mind. I ended up having a very involved dream about traveling up to Canada to meet up with Chris. Okay, that's a little stalkery. Once there, we jumped into LOTRO and joined Cari to run through one of Chris's favorite instances from many years ago. What stood out was that Cari was playing a female version of Kermit the Frog, decked out in an ivory floral dress. That's pretty accurate, actually.
It is.
Following the instance, Chris introduced me to a VR program he had either created or was reviewing. I arrived in some guy's circa 1980 pad and got to interview a bunch of people about how they felt about early video games. They are apparently really into original D&D as well, as there were a bunch of chalkboards on the wall that were keeping track of initiative order and HP totals. Anyways, be careful what you wish for. Joe.
That's awesome. Thanks, Joe.
Favorite letter in a very long time there, Joe. It's not very often that people describe to us the dreams they have about us. It is both wonderful and slightly non-threateningly creepy,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. Yeah, it's wonderful. Loved it.
Okay.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, thank you.
So we'd love to get more letters. Send us letters. We'd love those, especially if you have any in-game events. I do want to take a quick second to send a shout-out to Giggles and Sparther down in New Zealand. During all the stuff that was happening way back when, we missed their 9th anniversary of their guild's founding. Dawning Eclipse had their 9th anniversary kin party on May 7th. I'm sorry that we missed that, Sparther and Giggles and all the members of Dawning Eclipse. I have been to one of their parties before, and they are always exceptionally well put together and a blast to attend. So I'm sorry about that. We missed it. Stupid life.
Yeah. Well, speaking of life, actually the same weekend as the party, I was at Emerald City Comic Con, and I ran into Mavaset randomly on the show floor.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah, so I said hello, and he said hello back, and then we managed to pick up I had picked up a bottle of the Nuka-Cola Quantums. You can now find them. Really expensive, but you can find them.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's really exciting. And if you got any other events or anything like that, please let us know, because we would love to share that with the world. And don't forget to keep checking out MMO Reporter for all our game and hardware reviews over there. Carrie, if people want to get a hold of us, how would they do that?
They can email us at lotroreporter@gmail.com. Check us out on Twitter at LOTRO Reporter. Check us out on Facebook. Just search for LOTRO Reporter. You can leave us a voicemail at 616-666-6778. Be sure to check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/MMO Reporter Network. You can also check our website out at lotroreporter.com, and be sure to subscribe to us at Twitch at twitch.tv/MMO Reporter. You can find me on Twitter at @TheCarrieMac. It's TheCarimac. And Chris, where can they find you on the interwebs?
Twitter.com/Almazar or Twitter.com/MMO_Reporter.
Cool.
Yeah. Thanks, Carrie. This was a good show. We did not lose a beat here today, I don't think. I think we came back very strong. I think it went really well.
I do too. So next week will be skirmishes.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks to everyone for continuing to listen to the show, coming back to us. Either you listen to the podcast, you watch it on YouTube, or however you may consume the show. We really appreciate it. So thank you ever so much for coming out. Thanks to the wonderful people who came and hung out with us in the chat room. You are fantastic, and we sure appreciate the fact that you came out to join us here. It always makes it more exciting. And of course, we love playing LOTRO, and we can't wait to see you in game. Thanks for watching the video, everybody. Don't forget to check out all the other podcasts at MMOReporter.com or by clicking on any of the links here. And please check out our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MMOReporter. Thanks, everyone, and see you in game.